Half sister. Half sister
So that's
is not
your
stepsister.
mother's. Yeah, that's your mother's or your father's daughter with
So
another person.
You're fucking your parents a little bit. You're fucking one of your parents.
Yeah, it's a little ancestral.
You're looking into their eyes unless you're in dog style and you're having sex with one of your parents.
Maybe he needs a therapist. Welcome to our podcast. Welcome to the podcast, guys.
Does that sound loud enough to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome.
Welcome.
Back to Zoya wears a little lipstick now, which is fine.
I think I had lipstick on last week too.
I'm not going to Jonas Hill you about it.
Okay. Jonas Hill.
Jonas Hill. He's a famous actor who famously didn't want surfing. He voted against surfing. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Anyway, Zoe,
Yes.
I want to start the show by saying hi. Hi.
Hi. Hi.
That's all I had written down as far as things to do.
Hey.
Suppose we'll move on from the high part. I want to say some dates. The 17th, no, the 18th of this month. I'll be doing yes, it is.
Yes.
Tomorrow, Tuesday. I'll be doing the show called Comedy Juice at the Irvine Improv. I'll be there with a bunch of great comedians, including but not limited to Pablo Francisco.
Cool.
Who is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
If you want to get on the guest list for that, as far as I know, first come, first serve. I would get them in quick because tomorrow might be whatever. If you want to be on the guest list and you're around the Irvine OC area, text to 818-733-868-TURI. So you can come to that. And then on the 21st, I have a show called Red Light, Blue Light, which is in the Los Angeles area. And I didn't write down the part of town or the address, but there is an advertisement for it right now. If you go follow me on Instagram, on the stories, I posted the flyer on the stories.
Cool.
Then we go to Montreal to film Surrounded. It's almost completely official that Meta bought 6 more episodes of Surrounded. Thank you, Zoya. If you want to come to a taping of that and you're in the Montreal area, it's 7:25. On the 25th, it's at 7:30 and 10. On the 26th, we have shows at 7:30 and 10. And on the 27th, there's a show at 7:30. Go to montreal.hahaha.com for tickets. And then there's probably some stuff in between. But on the 4th of August, I'm doing a longer set with JF Harris at the Improv in the lab in preparation for upcoming specials and what have you. If you want to come see me do a longer set, to the Hollywood Improv on that day.
Hollywood.
And tickets for those are on MikeFalzone.com, I believe.
I wish you would.
I wish you would,
Yeah.
That's
I
like
got
the
waxed
opposite of-
yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And my armpits are burned.
They're burned?
Do you want to see them?
Yeah. Fuck, man, they are burned.
They
What
hurt.
happened to you? They burned.
They hurt and they're itchy.
The sun burned or the wax burned?
Wax burned.
Is that like did they do a bad job?
I mean, I don't know about a bad job, but it sucks.
How long until it goes away?
I don't know, but it's itchy. I want to rip my armpits off.
Yeah, you look like
Being a girl sucks, y'all.
You look like somebody like you're drawing and somebody shaded you incorrectly.
Yeah.
And that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Sorry, Zoe.
That's okay.
Sorry for your armpits. I would not mind if your armpits had hair.
I know you don't. I honestly, I think I grow like 4 on one side and like 3 on the other side.
So if it was an even amount.
Yeah.
Both of
I have
your
7
underarms look like Charlie Brown's head. What do you think about that?
It's pretty fair. But I was getting everything else waxed yesterday, so I was like, you know what? Like, why don't you do these 2 for me? Because I normally pluck them, but I don't even notice them until like they're this long.
Yeah.
So,
I know.
Because I've had laser hair removal, so it's nice. You know?
Nice.
It's nice.
That's nice.
It's nice.
That's weird that you need such a big piece of wax area for 4 pieces of hair.
Well, she just like scoops it up and like fucking slathers it on, and then she fucking rips it off.
Why not have someone a little tender loving care in there?
A little bit.
do you think about that?
Because sometimes they're like really fine, thin hairs and like not really. So it's like, may as well just try and get it all.
This is a show where a comedian and a hairdresser talk about waxing and also wax hypothetical about your relationship to stuff. People write in the show all the time, questions, comments about their relationship to stuff, and based on our own personal experience, we talk about it, and maybe we could help you save some time. Who fucking knows?
Who knows? Who
fucking
knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
Who? Mike, I've got a couple of questions here.
Go ahead and say all of them. I don't give a shit.
This person asks.
You don't want? They want to remain anonymous or what?
Well, Josh didn't give me a name either.
Okay.
Am I fucking up? What did I do? Oh, I had it perfect.
What are you talking about?
I had it perfectly zoomed into your face and it was perfect.
It's good.
Yeah? It's still good?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
And that was the night where the skeletons came to life.
What? I don't know. I don't know what that is.
It's so I think you should leave.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
So I think you should leave.
Yeah.
So I married someone who I think you should leave. No, it's just I think that I happen to think that you should get out of here is the name of the show on Netflix.
I think you should get out of here.
I think you should go ahead and get out of here.
Yeah. How to move out as a 23-year-old when you can't afford it, but living at home sucks for mental. They say, find a couple of friends who are also having a mental time and move in with them.
Yeah, I mean, the whole reason no one could afford to move out when they want to.
Not at 23.
No, very rarely can anyone afford to move out.
Nope.
So that's why people have roommates. And so, yeah, I'd pick a couple of your friends who also don't want to be there anymore and get yourself a shitty apartment and split it 4 ways.
Yep.
If they let 4 of you move in there
and
ruin your friendships with 2
one
or 3
by
people.
Yeah.
One by one until
you have none friends left, or get a second and third job and make it work.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure you can find like a bedroom to rent for cheap, or figure out what your
yeah, there's always a worse situation you can get yourself into outside your house as well.
100%.
Go into an apartment with a couple of your friends and slowly ruin each relationship until your relationship at home is less toxic than that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that sucks, man. I don't know, man or woman, whatever you are.
When did you move out?
The first time I was 21. Or just about 21.
Yeah. Then you moved back?
Then I moved home. And then I moved out again when I was, 28?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was after I met you.
I was trying to figure out when I moved out for the first time. It was after college, and I was kind of young in college. So 23, 24. I moved to Stamford, Connecticut, and then Norwalk, and then back home, and then Milford, and then back home. So.
And then with me.
And then with you.
Yeah.
And we were kissing at night.
But how many people lived in your Stamford apartment? A lot.
4.
Yeah. You guys were
nasty. Not in Stamford. We
No?
weren't nasty in Stamford. How dare you? How dare you?
How dare you?
We were grown-ups. We weren't nasty in Norwalk either, dog.
Oh, yeah?
Because that's when I had the washer-dryer outside my door. Me, Gradell, Jesse, Bill, Alejandro. 5 of us?
5.
5 of us in Stamford, 4 of us in Norwalk.
Nice.
Then we just started shaving them off. Then when I got to Milford, it was just me and my friend John. And
he's so nice.
He's the best.
I was cleaning today and
You found John?
I did, actually, on the fridge. And there's like a photo booth picture of you guys from his wedding. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Very cute.
It was kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a blast from the past for me.
Always nice to see old friends. Yeah, you can have roommate relationships that last for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And you can go to their weddings, as we've seen.
Yeah.
Or you could have relationships where you don't talk to each other ever again, and it's awkward if you see each other in public.
Mm-hmm. Who do you have that with?
Don't want to talk about it.
Okay, great. Well, sometimes you don't stay friends.
The bones are their money. Then they turn to bones.
Why do people stay in unhappy marriages for the kids?
Didn't you just answer the fucking question by the end of the question?
Yet have an affair for years. What's the point?
If you don't want to fuck the person that you're staying together to keep the kids happy for, you're going to go elsewhere.
A lot of the time, situations like that, it's a known mutual agreement that they're no longer together, so they are able to go elsewhere. I have a client who that happened with, and recently they decided that they were going to get a divorce.
Yeah.
And let the girls know that they were separating, but they've had separate relationships for years now.
All right, girls, sit down. Just so you know, we've been kang all over town.
But they're older now, and a lot of the time, I mean, you never know what the situation is, right? In this specific situation, it was agreed upon that the girls wouldn't know that there were marital problems and whatever.
Sure.
And now that they're old enough,
what's old enough?
They feel, I think the older one is 16, and the younger one's 14 maybe. But even still, kids understand that at some point, and they see, the friction there.
Yeah.
So kids aren't as dumb as you think they are.
They are sometimes.
But also, you never know what people's situation is, so don't judge the situation unless you know what's really happening.
Yeah. That's a lot. Everyone thinks they could have something to say about everybody else's situation.
Yeah.
And you're not in it. Yeah. So you only know what you think is happening.
Mm-hmm.
So that's important to keep in mind.
Yeah.
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 You want everyone to be happy. It's hard to think of parents, especially when they're your parents, as individuals going through their life as well.
Right.
And at one point, if you decide that you can't be together and it's making your life miserable to be together, but you want to sacrifice and appear together to make your kids more comfortable until they're older, got to do that.
Right.
And who's to say when the right time to break any news to anybody is? But those individuals still have to while they're still young enough to Yeah. Because that's another thing, is you can get too old to and then you're in a terrible relationship and you kind of miss out on chances to
Yeah. I mean, I just think that everyone should be able to
Yeah.
and be happy. And
good restraint.
Thank you.
You really held back on that.
You guys, as you know, Mike has a telephone number that you guys can send questions to at 818-722-8682.
And I think somebody did recently.
Yes. Okay. I have it. David McKay.
You already have it? He will remain anonymous, by the way.
Oh, fuck. I did it.
Yes, you certainly did.
But he says thanks from David, too, at the end of this.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, you can text questions, and Mike will totally keep you anonymous.
Yes, absolutely.
So will I, for the most part. We'll see.
Are you going to read the goddamn question?
Yes, okay, I'm reading it. So it says, "Hey, Mike and Zoya, I hope your Monday is going well. Thanks.
Hi, thank you.
House is clean and laundry is all done and
great
folded.
Job. Zoya, great job.
Thank you. Question for Zoya. My 7-year-old daughter told me she wants to get bangs because one of her friends has them.
Whoa.
Should we just dive right in and get her bangs? I asked because I have horror stories from women over the years that got bangs and regretted it.
Let me tell you something right now. And I know that this is aimed at Zoya.
As a dude, this is something I've never even had to think about. Thanks, from David.
Had to get that last part in there.
Yeah.
Super important.
I'm not done talking. When you hate it, When you hate when I interrupt you and you still do it to me. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Can I? And now me.
Please.
I'm gonna say this is without having kids. So if you want to take advice from somebody who does not have kids at all, maybe take this with a couple grains of salt. But I'd maybe get your kid out of the habit of wanting something because their friends want it. A lot of it is natural. Kids want what their friends want because it's their whole life. They're always around their friends. That's how they know they want something other than what they want. But I would stress the importance of not wanting something real jump off a bridge. You couldn't jump off a bridge if everybody jumps off a bridge situation.
Yeah. I mean, listen, dude, I'm telling you right now, having a kid that has bangs, it gets old fucking quick.
Yeah.
That's first and foremost, because you have to get them trimmed every like 3 to 6 weeks, depending on how fast their hair grows.
And you have to do them.
And then growing them out is even a bigger motherfucker.
So at what age are you allowed to try to have bangs?
Yeah, whenever you decide that you can go and do it yourself and drive yourself to get them trimmed and all the things.
16.
Yeah, I mean, yes and no.
There's
I mean,
little bitches who have bangs before they're 16.
Sure. But like also, I don't know. It's a pain in the ass. Doing it in the summer is even worse too, because when they're running around outside, they're just sticking to their forehead, and it's just like, and they get all weird.
Yeah, Lydia Dietz bangs.
Yeah. There's 2 spiders on the ceiling.
I don't like that.
Yep.
Are they big?
Huge.
I'm not turning around.
Huge.
Are they? Let me know if they drop down at Jibra. Nuh-uh.
No, I'm kidding.
I didn't even flinch, but I was nervous. But I don't have the energy to flinch.
Yeah.
Well.
So, yeah, I mean, I would do this if you haven't already done this, because I feel like this message got sent a while ago.
Okay.
I would tell your kid to see how they feel in 2 weeks and see how their friend feels about them in 2 weeks.
Oh.
And if their friend still likes them in 2 weeks, then you can have them.
Okay.
Deal.
Yeah.
Make a deal with your kids, dude. Bribery is great.
It's no use being like, don't want them just because your friends want them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good lesson, and they'll learn that eventually. But when you're little, everything you want is because somebody else has it.
Of course. I mean, it's so much fun when like you have the same thing as your friends, you know?
Yeah. That's what we did with wiener sizes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Would you guys all have penis pumps and like just pump together?
Little known fact. This is like a little fun fact from my childhood. Me and all my friends had the same penis size. Isn't that fun?
I don't think that's true. I think one said the larger and everyone else was like, yeah, bro, me too.
Hope you had a good time with the show today. This has been Welcome to our podcast, where we tell stories about our childhood, and they're all true. We got room for a couple more.
Yeah, you got some more for
This
me?
one's also from the community number.
Yeah, let me see it.
And this
Let me
person
hear
will
it.
remain anonymous.
Okay, what's her name?
I'm not going to tell you her name,
Oh,
but I will tell you what it rhymes with.
don't.
Okay. Morning, Mike and Zoya.
Morning.
This question should be aimed at a couples counselor, but having my favorite podcasters take would bring valuable outside perspective.
Okay.
Absolutely. I should reiterate that we are not professionals. We're just two people who have podcast equipment.
Yeah.
And
pretend like we know what we're doing.
we pretend like we know what we're doing. And we have life experience.
Sure.
Which is not nothing.
No.
But it's also not something. Mm-hmm. My live-in partner of 20 years has a large family that he's close to, and recently admitted being attracted to his older half-sister. Horny.
Okay.
Would you be nice or never speak to him again? The be nice part would be working through and setting boundaries. My self-esteem is shot. If this is out of your realm of comfort to read on the podcast, I understand. But if anyone could help make this funny, it's you. Thank you both for the years of comforting content. What the fuck is that? Is that your mouth? Yikes. I thought I was getting electrocuted.
So a half sister, huh?
So your live-in partner of 30 years has a big family and is attracted to their half sister because they maybe saw too many videos on the internet. Half sister. Half sister
so that's
is not
your
stepsister.
mother's. Yeah, that's your mother's or your father's daughter with
So
another person.
You're fucking your parents a little bit. You're fucking one of your parents.
Yeah, it's a little incestual.
You're looking into their eyes unless you're in dog style and you're having sex with one of your parents.
Maybe he needs a therapist. Your partner. I don't know if this is a he or she thing, but
I'll tell you.
I think she said. I think they said he.
He is attractive.
Attractive.
His older is attractive.
Attractive.
We don't know if the sister wants him back. That's also important. You can't have sex with your family unless they want you back.
I mean, if it's like a stepsister, but they said half sister
is not stepsister. Half sister is Nui. Thank you. Your mom can't make dates for you.
Yeah.
Out of her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say don't.
I mean, is it like, is he attracted to her like that?
Oh, and wants to act on it, or doesn't want to act on it?
Or is he like, no, my half sister's attractive?
I think you're allowed to say that, unfortunately.
Yeah, you are. That
but you're not
you can.
allowed to want to be inside.
No.
You can't even get blowjangles from your half sister.
And does this person, does he make you feel like ugly?
Are there other reasons to break up with this person?
Right. Like what is it about this person that, like, is the stepsister that hot or the half sister that hot that you feel like you can't compete?
Is this like somebody said my half sister's hot and then you're like, how do we break up?
Yeah.
Or is this like it's between you and my half sister?
Yeah. We need more.
This person
I need more
like
to this.
Flawless to the point where like our relationship is absolutely perfect other than the fact that he wants to bang his half sister.
Yeah, that's weird.
And that's for you to figure out. And next time we'll be here as well. We have to pre-record the next couple episodes because we'll be in Montreal. And hopefully everything continues to go smoothly with that. You may not see me on these surrounded shows because Meta decided that I was not famous enough to be on my own show. But if you want to follow me at Instagram.com, that would help for future productions.
You guys, let's get 150,000 people to follow Mike this week.
If everyone tells 150,000 people, we should be over the mark for me to host my own show by the time it comes back next year.
Maybe Mike one day will be famous enough so that we don't have to ever podcast again.
But who wants that?
Who wants
now
that?
They're not going to get 150,000 people.
You guys, come on, get him.
I need 150,000. I'm not joking.
Help him. Help.
Guys, thank you so much for listening. At the end of every show, we shout out the people who support us on Patreon. The people who support us on Patreon go into help paying Leah and Josh into making clips and manning the internet stuff. So thank you, everyone, for your continued help on the show. I love being here. I love talking to you with your little secretary updo and your lipstick.
Lipics.
Full circle.
Yes. As you know, we shout out the names, and that goes a little something like this. Mr. Howard, Jay the Fifth, Catherine Connor, Ryan Cruteau, Cole Rusty, Joseph Capricusio, Shannon Haynes, Ernesto, Raja Knows, Luis and Odette, Lauren Chauncey, Paul Gilliam, Derek Helling, Steve Diergo, Chris McCarthy, Trevor the Werefishy, Happy Birthday Starlight, JJ McToots, Rachel Last Name, Alan Garcia, Connie Tryon, Mr. Potato Head, Foul Nose.
No.
Antero Baez, Frankie Matos Music, Johnny Rosito Handcrafted Neckwear, CCPB&J, Ad Mam, Emily Pageant, Caleb Perkins, Giant Tom Hanks, Lizzie Love, Gavin Welsh, Someone Tell Aaron, Jackie Hammond, Paige Jansen, Guy with Long Hair, Chris Johnson, Anna Valles, Benjamin Putz, Beth Bush, Christina Camille, Josh Cadote, Michael Johnson, Kayla Johnson, Jules Run, Grant Levis here, Chad Clark, What is Cat, Katie Taylor, Shane Welsh, Joe Band, Milky Beans, Jess Enright, Lillian Carrillo, Magnus Silva, Barrington Lloyd Lovett, Ben Fuchs, Theodorus Karen Bellis, Janisha Tutton, Danny Sinclair, Jacob D. Bradford, Justine Beebestein, Just Josh, Sergeant Sparty, Ed Birch, Helen Ford, Illuminos, Superfloss. It's Tatana Day. Danielle.
Tatana!
Jesus Christ. Danielle D. Verona. Dev Robervo. Jesse Stillwell, Katie Lee G.
Nope.
What was that?
I'm not sure what a lot of these buttons say.
Oh, okay. Don Bure, Nestor De Leon III, Luis Hernandez, Alexander Legowski, Felicia Shamberi, and Matthew J. Palka. You guys, thanks so much for listening. We'll see you next week. Well, we'll pre-record for next week and the week after.
Horny.